Welcome back to the Car Analyst, the channel where we don't just show you cars, we break them down so deeply that by the end of every video, you feel like you've already owned the vehicle. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now, because we cover the world's most extraordinary machines with real talk, real numbers, and honest opinions you won't find anywhere else. And today we're talking about something that genuinely stopped me in my tracks the moment I laid eyes on it. This is the 2026 to 2027 Toyota Century SUV, and I promise you by the end of this video, you'll either want one badly or you'll be grateful I saved you from making a very expensive mistake. Either way, stay with me, because this one is worth every second. Let's start with what this car actually is, because a lot of people don't know the history behind the Century name, and that context matters enormously. The Toyota Century is not just a car, it is a statement. In Japan, this nameplate has been the vehicle of choice for emperors, prime ministers, and the most powerful executives in the country since 1967. It has always been Toyota's answer to Rolls-Royce, the pinnacle of Japanese craftsmanship, silence, and dignity. When Toyota decided to turn the Century into an SUV format, the entire automotive world paid attention. And now, with the 2026 to 2027 generation, they have pushed the concept even further into territory that feels more like a moving palace than a vehicle. Now let's talk about what you actually see when you walk up to this car, because the design alone is something that needs to be experienced slowly. The exterior is finished in a deep, multi-layered piano black that doesn't just absorb light, it seems to consume it. The front fascia is dominated by a massive vertical grille that draws clear inspiration from Rolls-Royce but never copies it. It has its own soul. Right in the center of that grille sits a golden phoenix emblem, the whole bird that has been a symbol of the Century lineage since the very beginning. Above the grille, there is a full-width LED light bar that stretches seamlessly across the hood, giving the car a presence at night that honestly makes people stop and stare. The black multi-spoke wheels are enormous, perfectly proportioned to the muscular squared-off body, and the body lines are clean, intentional, and powerful without being aggressive. Move to the rear and you encounter one of the most beautiful tail light designs in the automotive world right now. The full-width LED cluster houses an intricate phoenix feather pattern inside the lens that illuminates like a piece of art every time you tap the brakes. Below that, the Century lettering is embossed across the tailgate. And further down, you have a carbon fiber diffuser flanked by quad exhaust outlets that add a performance identity to what is fundamentally a luxury flagship. But here is where things get truly extraordinary. Open the door and step inside. What you find is an interior that redefines what a production vehicle cabin can feel like. The entire interior is wrapped in this remarkable powder blue leather, seats, dashboard, door cards, headliner, all of it in this cool, calming, almost surreal turquoise tone. It is bold in the most sophisticated way possible because Toyota hasn't just picked an unusual color and stopped there. Every surface is executed with the kind of precision, stitching, and material quality that puts most luxury European brands to shame. Facing you from the driver's seat is a panoramic display system that spans nearly the entire width of the dashboard, housing digital instrumentation, navigation, climate controls, and entertainment in one continuous visual experience. Embedded into the center of that display is an analog clock, a detail that has been part of every Century ever made. A reminder that true luxury does not need to chase technology trends. The center console features warm wood trim that contrasts beautifully against the blue leather, and the gear selector sits elegantly in the middle with a level of build quality that you feel with every touch. Above your head, the headliner creates a starlight ceiling effect with tiny pinpoints of light that make nighttime journeys feel genuinely cinematic. Now let's talk technology, because this is where the 2026 to 2027 Century SUV moves from beautiful object to genuinely advanced machine. The infotainment system runs Toyota's most advanced software platform to date, with over-the-air updates, real-time navigation, with cloud connectivity, and seamless smartphone integration. The driver assistance suite is comprehensive, covering adaptive cruise control with stop-and-go functionality, lane centering, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, automatic emergency braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection, and a 360-degree camera system that gives you an overhead bird's-eye view of the car in tight spaces. The audio system is developed in partnership with a world-class audio manufacturer and features a setup that delivers concert hall sound quality inside the cabin. There is also a rear entertainment system designed specifically with the rear passenger experience in mind, because the Century has always understood that sometimes the most important person in the vehicle is not the driver. Under the hood, the powertrain story is equally compelling. The 2026 to 2027 Century SUV is expected to run Toyota's latest multi-stage hybrid system, a setup that pairs a twin turbocharged V6 engine with dual electric motors producing a combined output of around 450 to 480 horsepower. This is not a performance car, but it does not feel slow in any situation. The hybrid system allows for near-silent, electric-only driving at low speeds, which is exactly the kind of experience you want in a vehicle at this level. The ride quality is managed through an adaptive air suspension system that reads the road 1,000 times per second and adjusts damping in real time. The result is a ride that feels disconnected from the road in the most pleasant sense. Noise, vibration, and harshness levels are among the lowest of any SUV currently available, and that is not an accident. It is the product of decades of Toyota engineering philosophy applied to a modern format. Now let's get into the numbers, because you deserve the complete financial picture. The base price for the 2026 to 2027 Toyota Century SUV is expected to land between $180,000 and $220,000, depending on the market and specification level. For comparison, a Rolls-Royce Cullinan starts at around $345,000. A Bentley Bentayga starts at approximately $230,000, and a Mercedes Maybach GLS 600 comes in at around $185,000. So the Century sits in genuinely elite company but enters from a position of strong value relative to the Rolls and Bentley, while going toe-to-toe with the Maybach GLS. When you factor in Toyota's legendary reliability record and the significantly lower cost of ownership compared to European ultra-luxury brands, the value proposition becomes even more interesting. Speaking of ownership cost, this is where honest analysis matters. Annual maintenance for the Century SUV is estimated at around $3,500 to $5,000 per year if you follow the scheduled service plan. Tires for a vehicle of this size and specification will run you around $2,500 to $3,500 for a full set. Insurance for a vehicle in this price range typically falls between $4,000 and $7,000 annually, depending on your location and driving record. The hybrid powertrain means fuel costs are notably lower than a comparable V8 or W12 European competitor. And this is the critical part. Toyota's dealer network and parts supply chain is incomparably better than what you find with Rolls-Royce or Bentley. When a Cullinan needs a specialist repair, the wait times and labor costs can be shocking. The Century benefits from Toyota's infrastructure, and that translates into real money saved over 5 or 10 years of ownership. Now let's talk pros and cons honestly, because no vehicle is perfect and you deserve the full picture. On the positive side, the design is genuinely world-class and completely distinctive. You will not be mistaken for anything else on the road. The interior quality and material specification is exceptional. The hybrid powertrain delivers efficiency that no European V12 competitor can match. Ride quality and refinement are among the best available regardless of price. The Century name carries enormous prestige, particularly in Asia. Toyota reliability means this car will not spend its life at the dealership. The value relative to Rolls-Royce and Bentley is compelling. On the negative side, the Century SUV is not widely available in every market yet. In the United States and some European countries, access will be limited and may require special ordering. The exterior design, while stunning, is polarizing. Some people will love it deeply and others will find it too theatrical. The rear seat experience, while exceptional, does not quite reach the handcrafted bespoke atmosphere of a Rolls-Royce. And finally, resale value data for the modern Century SUV is still limited, so predicting long-term depreciation is harder than with established European alternatives. So should you buy it? Here is my honest human opinion after spending real time studying every detail of this vehicle. If you're someone who genuinely appreciates engineering excellence, respects the history and philosophy behind a nameplate, and wants an ultra-luxury SUV that does not simply copy what Rolls-Royce or Bentley has already done, then yes, the Toyota Century SUV deserves serious consideration. It is not trying to be a Cullinan. It is trying to be itself, and that confidence is rare and genuinely admirable in a world full of imitators. However, if you need the absolute status recognition that comes with the spirit of ecstasy on your hood, or bespoke personalization options matter deeply to you, then the Century may leave you wanting slightly more in those specific areas. My personal take is this. The 2026 to 2027 Toyota Century SUV is one of the most interesting ultra-luxury vehicles I have ever had the opportunity to analyze. It carries the weight of a legendary Japanese heritage. It presents with a visual drama that genuinely turns heads, and it offers a level of engineering sophistication that is completely consistent with what Toyota does at its very best. For the right buyer, this is not just a good choice. It is the right choice. Thank you so much for watching the Car Analyst. If this video gave you something useful, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow and allows me to keep making content like this for you. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we have more in-depth reviews, comparisons, and honest breakdowns coming every week. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Would you choose the Century over a Rolls-Royce Cullinan or a Bentley Bentayga? I want to know what you think. Until next time, stay sharp, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.